Hello Year 3! Yesterday we started learning about fractions and Miss Lopez and I were really impressed with all the work that you submitted. We could see that you'd listened and watched the video really carefully, filled in your workbook and then checked to make sure that it made sense. And some of you even sent us a message because you were feeling a little bit confused by some of the questions. So we're really proud to have such independent Year 3 children. In yesterday's lesson, we were counting in tenths, and I've got a picture here that you might recognise from your workbooks. And I want us to work out how much of my shape is shaded, what fraction of the shape is shaded. Let's start by counting the parts that are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know my numerator is going to be 4 because there are 4 parts that I'm counting. Some of you then said that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts that are not shaded. So you thought the denominator might be 6. Now this is a fraction, 4/6, but it's not the fraction of my shape that's shaded, because the denominator tells us how many equal parts there are all together. So let's count how many parts there are all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my denominator is going to be 10. So I can see that 4/10 of my shape is shaded. We're going to start today's lesson by practicing counting in tenths and then look at our workbook pages from yesterday. After that, we'll start today's learning. Remember, if there's anything you don't understand or you're confused by, send Miss Downing or Miss Lopez a message and we can help you. I'm looking forward to seeing all of your work and I'll be back tomorrow with a new lesson. Bye!
Here is a 10 frame. The 10 frame represents one whole. There is one counter in the 10 frame, so this is 1/10. Now we've got 2 counters, so this is 2/10. Carrying on adding 1/10 at a time, why don't you count with me? 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, 10/10. The whole 10 frame is full. 10/10 is the same as one whole.
Here are the answers from yesterday's workbook. If there are any that you do not understand or that made you a bit confused or you perhaps got wrong, make sure you send Miss Lopez or Miss Downing a message on Class Dojo and then we can help you to make sure you understand. Pause the video, check your work and send us a message if you need to. Now we're going to remind ourselves of the vocabulary that we learnt yesterday. Can you remember the names for the 2 parts of a fraction? What is the number on the top called? What is the number on the bottom called? The number on top is the numerator and the number on the bottom is the denominator. Pause the video and see if you can remember what the denominator tells us and what the numerator tells us. The denominator tells us the total number of equal parts a whole has been divided into. Here on my circle, it has been divided into 10 equal parts. The numerator tells us the number of equal parts we are counting. In our circle, one of the parts has been shaded, so we are counting 1. This means we are looking at 1/10. Let's start today's lesson. Using what we know about fractions, how might you describe this picture? Remember to think about the denominator, the total number of equal parts it's been divided into. You also need to think about the numerator, the number of equal parts you are counting. Pause the video and describe the picture. I can see there are 9 pieces in total, so my denominator is going to be 9. I can see 4 of those 9 pieces are blue, so my numerator is going to be 4. There are 9 equal pieces in total. 4 of those pieces are blue. How do you think we would say 4 out of 9? We read it as 4/9. Let's look at the purple pieces now. There are 5 equal pieces which are purple. How do you think we would write this as a fraction? 5 out of 9. Our denominator would still be 9 because there are 9 equal pieces. Our numerator would now be 5 because 5 of those equal pieces are purple. We say this as 5/9. We can see that 4 pieces of blue and 5 pieces of purple make a total of 9 pieces. So we know that 4/9 and 5/9 make 1. This makes the whole. We could also show this using a part-whole model. We could say 5/9 and 4/9 make 9/9. Have a look at the part-whole model. What do you notice about the denominators and the numerators? Pause the video and describe what you notice. I can see that the denominator is the same in all of the fractions. Why do you think this is? The denominator tells us the total number of equal parts a whole has been divided into. So it doesn't matter if we're counting the purple ones or the blue ones, the denominator will stay the same because the whole is divided into 9 equal parts. The numerator tells us the number of equal parts we are counting. That's why the numerator changes if we are counting the 4 blue parts or the 5 purple parts. And you might also have noticed that 5 and 4 makes 9, just like 5/9 and 4/9 will make 9/9 or 1. Using the same square that's been divided into 9 equal parts, are there any other fractions that we could put together to make 1? We've already found that 4/9 and 5/9 make 1. Are there any other fractions that make 1? Pause the video and have a think. Let's have a look at some of the fractions that our friends from Maths No Problem found. The square is still divided into 9 equal parts, so the denominator will still be 9. 1 of those parts is blue and 8 are purple. 1 blue part and 8 purple parts will make 9 parts altogether, will make 1. So we can see that 1/9 and 8/9 will make 1. Here, 2 of the pieces are blue. Do you know how many of the pieces are purple? Correct, 7 of the pieces are purple. Together, that shows us 9 pieces. That makes the whole. So 2/9 and 7/9 makes 1. Here we've still got 9 equal parts, so our denominator will still be 9. 3 out of those 9 pieces are blue. What fraction of the square is shaded blue? 3/9. 6 of the squares are purple. 6 out of 9. What's the fraction? 6/9. Did you find any other ways to make 1? If you'd like to send me a photo or a video of the different ways you made 1, you can. Before you start your workbook, here are some questions for you to have a go at yourself. We are still trying to make 1, trying to make the whole. But this time you will notice the whole has been divided into a different number of equal parts. Let's look at the first one together. It's been divided into 3 equal parts, so the denominator will be 3. One of those parts is a dark yellow, so 1/3 is dark yellow. You need to work out how many of the other pieces are the light yellow colour. Remember, the denominator will be 3 because there are 3 equal parts. Think about what the numerator will be. When you've had a go at that one, see if you can do the other questions. If you want to challenge yourself, you could show the fractions using a part-whole model. Pause the video and have a go. Let's go over some of them together. In the first question, we had already worked out that there were 3 equal parts, so the denominator will be 3. One of those equal parts was dark yellow, which makes 1/3, and 2 of those parts were light yellow. This means 1/3 and 2/3 makes 1, makes the whole rectangle. How many pieces has this rectangle been split into? It has been split into 5 equal pieces, so the denominator will be 5. 2 of those 5 pieces are dark red. That means 2/5. 2 out of 5. How many are light red? 3 out of 5. So the numerator will be 3. We can see that 2/5 and 3/5 make 1, make the whole rectangle. Now it's your turn to have a go at your independent practice. You need to do page 92 in your workbook. If there's anything that you are still confused about or you still don't understand, make sure you send Miss Downing or Miss Lopez a message and we can help you.